all day. Welcome to your Impact GFW Impact Wrestling review. I ain't gonna waste no time, so we're just gonna go through this show. And the show opens up with Joseph Park and Grado coming to the studio, driving into the studio, well, in the parking lot, with a really fucked up looking Herbie. If you don't know who Herbie is, then you're too goddamn young at this time. But this is about apparently Grado being deported if he doesn't become a resident, a permanent resident, or gets permanent residency or whatever the hell. So Joseph Park thought of a way that he can become a resident, and that is if he gets married. So they're gonna look for a knockout to get married to. Alright, so that was what this is all about. And then the show starts with LAX, and then they call out, bring in El Patron to the ring, because if you remember last week, he was the new member of LAX, but apparently El Patron does not want to be part of the group because he does not like the way Conan wants to do it. Alright, so he's gonna remain a loner, just like he was in Japan and wherever the hell he was. So he says no, but Conan keeps on convincing El Patron to say the yes, I will join you, but El Patron keeps on refusing. So then, of course, LAX and such beat him up, and out to the rescue came Lashley. And later on we get to hear that there will be a main event between Lashley and LAX. Okay. Then we have our first match, the Super X Cup. ACH versus Andrew Everett. First we have a little promo of ACH on his goal and such and what he's going to do. This was I expected way too much. I always expect too much. I need to stop doing this with these, with this X Division guy expecting too much. But anyways, it was a good match. There was a lot of, well, not too much, but there was some high flying. You know what they do. What I did not expect was that ACH would get the win, because, you know, Andrew Everett, his goal on becoming the X Division has been a thing for like few months now, and seeing him lose again to a new guy, I don't know if I really agree to that. Impact, what are you doing with Andrew Everett? But even though I was rooting for ACH, but I still at the same time actually wanted Andrew Everett to move on, but that didn't happen. I don't know what they're doing with Andrew Everett. But anyways, ACH got the win, so it's really interesting to see at the end who is going to win this cup. I believe that if they win this cup, they also get a shot at the X Division title, right? Or no? No, I don't know. But either way, giving Andrew Everett a loss, I don't really agree on that. But after that, we have a Gil Kim promo. I'm gonna keep this really short because the news already was out there that at the end of 2017, she is going to retire from in-ring action. That is okay, because I've been told that she's still going to remain at Impact and, you know, do backstage stuff, probably for the for the knockouts and such, so that's a good thing. So we haven't completely lost her, okay? But I won't be surprised if the WWE would want to fucking send her an invitation to fucking be on the show or something like that. They would be a goddamn fool for doing that, knowing the way she left when she was in that company. So don't do it. That's just screams for desperation, which they fucking are. But then we have a little segment with these Soulmates, these really jacked up guys, and their head looking small on their fucking bodies, with Chris Adonis kind of taunting them and such, calling them out in the ring because, you know, the whole show off thing with their body or whatever. But then Eli Drake comes in the ring later on, because apparently it's always this thing almost broke out into a fight and such. So honestly, I'm not interested in this whole thing. Maybe it's something for you, but I'm really not interested. Like, especially when I don't like Chris Adonis. So I'm not looking forward to this at all. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a match between these guys. Maybe not. Maybe it's just gonna be another body show off thing. Whatever. I don't know. But I'm not interested. Okay. I have watched fewer of the Soulmates their videos on YouTube though, and personally I wouldn't take any advice from them as far as fitness and such go, because these two guys are using all kinds of fucking supplements, and that says nothing to me. But then we have a AAA match, Demos versus Octagon. Sedo, really small dude, who is a really good wrestler. This guy is so fucking flexible. He's literally indeed a small version of Rey Mysterio Jr. Demas is more of a powerhouse with the move he does as such. I wasn't really impressed by him though. He makes way too much noise. I hate it when wrestlers do that. But Octagon Sedo definitely impressed. He got the win, so that's good. And I like what Jeff Jarrett is doing with having these wrestlers from different promotions coming out to wrestle, because this is exactly also one of the things that I have been talking about and I've been asking for. So it's finally happening, and Jeff Jarrett has been doing so much in just 6 months now. It's just unbelievable and good. And then we have a Grado segment where Grado walks around asking some of the knockouts to date him. Because remember, he needs to get married in order to get residency. But of course he gets rejected. The funniest part was the Sienna part. With the face she was making, you could expect that from Sienna. But then Joseph Park gives Grado a box of chocolate and champagne, and of course you know where that leads up to. Then we have a Impact Grand match, Marufuji versus Moose for the Impact Grand Champion, with EC3 at commentary, which he did no commentating at all. He was just quiet the entire time. The first round went to Moose because Moose had the upper hand. He was more the aggressor, did more all of the moves and such. The second round to Marufuji. That's usually how this whole thing. They really need to stop these 3-round thing and just make it a normal match. You know, it's getting really redundant and boring, honestly. And they don't even keep it fair, you know, because sometimes you have where one guy has done so much and still ends up losing or getting lesser points. It doesn't make any sense. I never liked this whole thing at the beginning, at the first place. But Marufuji got the second round, and the third round, well, the match got disqualified because EC3 interfered by hitting Marufuji with the ring bell. And then he wanted to hit Moose with it, but Moose escaped. EC3 escaped, and that's how the segment ended. So apparently there probably will be a match because, you know, EC3 is still upset and pissed off that he wasn't the one that got a shot for the title, but Marufuji got it instead. So there will probably some sort of triple threat match or match between Moose and EC3. Am I looking forward to it? Am I excited for it? No. Then we go to the LAX club where Conan pretty basically tells them that they need to give El Patron and Lashley such a bad beating that they end up in a stretcher. And that was that. And then we go to the ring again where Trevor Lee appears with the X Division title, because if you remember last week he took the title, went away with it. And then in the ring there is this William Weed guy, some rookie, I don't know where they dug this guy from, but Trevor Lee wrestles this guy, you know, it's a squash match. Trevor Lee ended up winning, but then we also got to see some footage of Sanjay Dutt wanting to come into the ring, but the security guards kept him from going. I don't know what the hell that was all about, knowing that he is part of the roster and such. But later after the match, he did find his way into the ring and started beating up Trevor Lee, but Trevor Lee made an escape for it. So we also see a match between these two, the build-up. Then we have a Lauren Finesse match versus Ava Story. I don't know what the fucking deal is with this Ava Story girl, but she seems to be getting so much TV time. I mean, she gets more TV time than those two other new girls. I mean, like, it's constantly Eva story. I mean, holy shit, I get she's cute and all, but like, what the fuck? But yes, she has shown improvement compared to her first and second time. It's good that she at least finally is showing that she has been trained by Jay Lethal, so she should impress. But she didn't do that much, but she was better. Lauren Finesse still had the upper hand, still did a lot more and got the win. After that, Grado and Joseph Park came out. And that is what the whole champagne and chocolate thing was all about, because Lauren Finesse was the next one that Grado needed to ask. So Grado tells Lauren Finesse all these sweet and nice things about her hair, her makeup, the dress, and such. So right after Lauren Finesse wanted to give him answer, Congo Kong then came up, because apparently Congo Kong and Lauren Finesse have some relationship going on as well. But that is how the segment ended. Probably see a match between Congo and Grado as well. But I still don't stand with this whole wedding segment. Don't do another wedding segment. We have seen too much of it already on the show. No more wedding segments. Okay, but I do like what they're doing with Grado and this whole him needing to be a resident, and the only way is if he marries, and some which makes sense, because in the real world, in reality, that's what you would have to do. That's one way for you to get residency. Even though even that you can't really do anymore in the US, because they're being very strict now. So, but anyways, then we have our main event, LAX versus Patron and Lashley. El Patron and Lashley indeed really did make a damn good tag team. They were, I was impressed. I'm like, holy shit, these guys really can work together. It was really impressive and really interesting to see, because at first I thought this would never work out. There would probably be something going on or whatever, but that wasn't the case. They really ended up tag teaming and being good. You know, El Patron and Lashley got the win ultimately. At the end, El Patron wanted to cut a promo, but LAX started beating him up, and Lashley just walked away. He didn't run in to help him, so there is still a little twist going on. So yeah, this all is interesting to see. But that's about it. As far as this whole Paige and EA thing is going on, if you ask me, both of them need to fucking undergo a psychological test. Because they're both fucking crazy. But anyways, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share if you haven't already, and I will see you next week. Yay yay! Yay yay!